Hello and welcome to another Cold Water Chess Productions video. Today we're going to discuss the Stafford Gambit, which arises from the move 1e4, e5, knight f3, and the Petrov defense. Here the pawn is taken, and now they play this move knight c6. The most trying attack from white is to take the knight, and then they take back with their pawn. And here we can see the bishop can potentially come out onto this diagonal and support a knight that goes here. This bishop's eyes are also open and can come to this square and attack this square. So very quickly things can go wrong for white if he doesn't know what he's doing. And indeed, international master Eric Rosen has made many videos about the Stafford Gambit and the traps that can come about. So if you want to play this as black, I would advise that you go ahead and watch his videos. Well, today we're going to be looking at how to put the cold water on the Stafford Gambit for white players. So bear in mind that black is probably going to try and play the moves bishop c5, knight g4, and attack this square. And if we're not careful, things can go very wrong. For instance, one trap in the Stafford Gambits can arise like this. So we have, of course, e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6, knight takes e5, knight c6, that's taken, recaptures with the pawn. And then the move d3. This is quite a modest approach from white. He's simply defending this pawn and arguing that, well, he's a pawn up, he doesn't need to do anything particularly special, and he can win the game later on. And indeed, I do advocate for this approach. However, things can still go wrong just because you've played this first move correct. They continue with their plan of bishop c5 to attack this weak pawn. And the first mistake could be something as simple as knight c3. Now this does neglect the king side a bit. We're not getting in closer to castling, and we can very quickly end up in trouble here. We have overprotected this pawn, so it does seem logical. However, already we're going to get into some trouble. So after the move knight g4, this is double attacked. I mean, as far as I can see, there's basically only one sensible way to defend the pawn at this point, which would be to play bishop to e3. They're going to take that with the knight, and after recaptures, they're going to take with the bishop. And as you can see, they've already obtained the bishop pair. They've got this weak diagonal around white's king, and this bishop is just cutting our position in two. We can't castle at all while this bishop is here, and white is just clearly worse in this position, even if he isn't down any material. This is what we want to avoid. So another variation could go again. I'll just skip ahead to the Stafford Gambit position. Is if you play the move e5 here, and we're directly challenging this knight. People would think that if they want to try and refute this gambit, they can force this pawn up the board and then cause black some problems. However, black has a convenient response, which is to move the knight here. And this knight isn't actually so easily evicted from our position. For instance, another mistake that you could see here would be to play the move d3. You're not actually threatening to capture this after black's response, which is to play bishop c5. Again, this is being double attacked. And if we were to actually capture this knight, then unfortunately the only defender of our queen is our king. And this queen is barreling down the board here. So black has the sacrifice here, and after we take it, they're just going to win our queen. That's definitely not good, definitely not what we want. So moving on to the next position. And again, let's skip ahead to the start of the Stafford Gambit. We could see what I would call an overcautious approach. We saw how in these previous variations we had a knight coming to here and a bishop coming to here, so we're going to defend the pawn. They're still going to play bishop c5. And you might think, well, hold on, can't we play h3 and stop this? So now he can't move to here because it would take, and he can't move to here. However, that's not actually quite the case, and he does have this resource here. Bishop takes f2, and now he has the move knight takes e4. And again, if we were to take, we're going to lose the queen. So it's somewhat difficult to come up with a move here, and the engine is going to tell us to play the king here, and it gives white quite a positive score, plus 1.9. And we are potentially threatening to take that with the king, but let's say after black does castles, I mean, are we really going to take this here? Our king is on e4 before move 10. There's going to be all sorts of checks. Potentially the queen coming to this square. This pawn advancing. I would not play this position in a million years as white. And furthermore, this just becomes very, very tactical, and a single wrong move, and we're going to find ourselves checkmated in the middle of the board. And if you recall, the idea of my channel and this series is so-called cold water variations, where we don't give our opponent lots of attacking opportunities, and we don't give them what they want. When they play the Stafford Gambit, they want these kinds of crazy tactical positions where they get to attack as black. So I'm now going to proceed to give you what I'm going to call the cold water variation. So we're going to go to the Stafford Gambit starting position, and we are going to defend this pawn. We're not going to chase this knight away, because I believe that to lead to quite complicated positions. Again, bishop c5, but instead of playing h3 here, we're actually going to come up with a different prophylactic move, which kind of achieves the same thing, which is to play bishop e2. And this is good for a number of reasons. It forms a battery on this diagonal, which in theory would prevent the knight from coming here. And it gets ready to castle on our next move, where we can potentially be safe. It's again, it's a modest approach. However, I think it works out better than playing h3. So here, black does have some tricks up his sleeve, so we're not out of the woods yet. So he can actually play this move anyway. And the idea is that if we take it, he then has this in-between move, which is to play his queen to hit. And now he's double attacking this bishop and also threatening our weak f2 square. So we're not going to be able to hold on to the piece that we just captured. However, in this position, we can actually play queen to f3. We're going to give back the piece, and then play this queen just one square over to attack their queen, and if they take that, we take back. And we have some pressure here with our rook. It's now an open file, and we may end up in a position where black's bishop ends up quite bad. If you look, we actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We still have all 8 of our pawns, whereas black only has 7. So we are a pawn up. And if I just play this out for a few more moves, so let's say castle here, queenside castles, we end up with this position, and we can actually just play the move here, f3. And as you can see, we already have somewhat of an advantage here, plus 1.8, so we've retained our advantage. And I'm going to just play this out for a few more moves, and you can see the kind of position that results. So he should move his bishop back. Then we have a move like knight c3, just developing our knight. And if we can actually get castled and get our pieces out, we're just going to be a pawn up. And more importantly, we're just strategically completely winning. I mean, we have a completely rock-solid formation here. And his bishop is just terrible, because almost all these pawns are on light squares. So he might play something like f5. And we can actually take there. We are opening up a file to our king, which might look a bit scary. But here we actually do have some resources. For instance, g4. Again, we put another pawn on a light square. And it just makes his bishop completely terrible. And here we actually have this move here. Bishop to d2. And we're getting almost ready to castle queenside. He does have one last try, which is to move this rook to check us. But then we have this resource here, knight to e4. And in this particular position, there are no actual ways that he can exploit this pin. We have it adequately defended by two pawns. It's not like he can attack this with a pawn and win a piece or something. So here we're absolutely completely fine, and I really can't come up with a sensible plan for black for how he can exploit our position at all. I think we're just a clean pawn up, and he has a bad bishop. I don't see what he has to show for it. Eventually, we're going to unwind from this position. For instance, I really can't come up with a move for him, but here I have the move b5 for him, and now we're just castled on the queen side, so we don't even have to pin anymore, which means we're threatening this bishop. And I just think white is clearly better, and this is quite simple. So if we go back earlier in the game, I just want to go over it one more time. So here we are going to take the knight. We have this move queen f3 and f3 recaptures simply here. I mean, black wants an attacking game, so after we've exchanged the queens, he's not going to get this checkmating attack that he wants to have. And I think in this variation, white is just clearly better, without much risk. And I think that's exactly what we want when we play an opening like this. And we want to put the cold water on him. So I do hope you did enjoy this video, and I hope this helps you if you ever play against the Stafford Gambit.